Every morning, it rises in the east. It lights our days, warms our skin, and makes life possible. But our sun has not always been the steady, life-giving star we know today. The material flattened into a spinning disk with most of the mass gathering at the center. Here, a giant molecular cloud, a cold nursery of gas and dust, began to collapse under its own gravity. Perhaps a nearby supernova explosion sent a shock wave through the cloud, triggering the collapse. As the cloud shrank, it began to spin faster like a figure skater pulling in her arms. The material flattened into a spinning disk, with most of the mass gathering at the center. Here, a giant molecular cloud, a cold nursery of gas and dust, began to collapse under its own gravity. For about 100,000 years, the proto-sun continued to grow, feeding on the surrounding gas and dust. As more material fell inward, the pressure and temperature at its core climbed higher and higher. Then came the T-Tauri phase, a violent youth marked by powerful stellar winds and towering jets of gas. These winds cleared away much of the remaining gas and dust, ending the Sunday's growth. The young sun was now about the same mass it is today, but something critical still hadn't happened. Deep inside, the temperature continued rising until it reached about 15 million degrees Celsius. A star was born. Our Sunday had entered the main sequence, the longest, most stable phase of its life. This was about 4.5 billion years ago, and the sun has been burning steadily ever since. In the leftover debris disk, planets began to form, including a small rocky world we would one day call Earth. For hundreds of millions of years, Earth was a hellscape, molten, cratered, and bombarded by debris. But as the sun settled into its stable life, Earth cooled, oceans formed, and eventually, life emerged. For billions of years, the Sunday has fused hydrogen into helium in its core, maintaining a delicate balance. Gravity pulls inward, trying to collapse the star. Fusion pressure pushes outward, trying to blow it apart. For now, those forces are perfectly balanced, but this balance cannot last forever. The sun is about 4.6 billion years old, roughly halfway through its main sequence life. With each passing second, the Sunday converts 600 million tons of hydrogen into helium. There is enough hydrogen fuel to last another 5 billion years. But what happens then? Let's fast forward. 5 billion years from now, the sun's core begins to run out of hydrogen fuel. With less hydrogen to fuse, the core can no longer produce enough outward pressure. Gravity begins to win. The core contracts, heating up even more as it shrinks. Strangely, this heating causes the outer layers to expand outward, and the sun begins to grow. Over millions of years, the Sunday will swell to become a red giant, growing to 100 or even 200 times its current size. Mercury will be the first to go, swallowed by the expanding Sunday as it passes the planet's orbit. Venus, too, will be engulfed. But what about Earth? Earth's fate is uncertain. Some models suggest it will be consumed. Others say it will be scorched and sterilized. Any life that remained would be extinguished. Our planet would become a cinder. But the red giant phase is not the end. The sun has one more transformation ahead. For a brief time, perhaps 100 million years, the core will fuse helium into carbon and oxygen. But this phase is unstable. The Sunday will pulse and shed its outer layers into space. What remains at the center is a white dwarf, a stellar ember about the size of Earth, but incredibly dense. It's a beautiful end, in a way. The sun's outer layers will return to the cosmos, seeding space with new elements. A teaspoon of white dwarf material would weigh about 5 tons here on Earth. The white dwarf sun will no longer generate energy through fusion. It will simply glow from its remaining heat. A black dwarf, a stellar corpse, drifting silently through the galaxy it once lit. But this distant fate is still trillions of years away. The sun's story is far from over. Today, the Sunday is in the prime of its life. It will continue to shine steadily for another 5 billion years. it still has enough hydrogen fuel to maintain the stable conditions that make life on Earth possible. Our sun's journey, from cold cloud to blazing star to red giant and white dwarf, is the story of a stellar lifetime. And our Sunday is just one of hundreds of billions of stars in our galaxy, each telling its own story. Every star is born, lives, and dies, and in doing so, shapes the universe around it. So the next time you see the Sunday rise, remember, you are watching a star in the middle of an incredible journey. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the life and death of our sun.